Well, hello everybody, and I just want to give you a brief demonstration of how you could do a recovery or going back to a prior version of a web page that you created. We all know that sometimes you go in there, we do some edits, we make a mistake, and we go, man, what do I do now? So this is a pretty brief demonstration as to how you can go back to a prior version of a page on your site. So let's go in there and just jump right into it. First thing we're going to do is obviously we logged into Double Knot. And I'm just going to go to SiteBrander. And the page that we're going to recover from here, I'm just going to click on Edit Navigation and Other Site Content. We're going to make the assumption that we made a bad edit on the board member page. If we go in there and edit that page, we could see that, oh yeah, look at that. We accidentally cut something out. There was a hyperlink in there. There may have been images, whatever it happens to be. So how do we go back to a prior version? Well, what we do is we're just going to cancel out of here. We're going to go back to the beginning SiteBrander page. We're going to go back. We're going to go under Advanced Functions and Site Maintenance Features. That's located at the bottom, assuming that you have the appropriate level of permissions for SiteBrander. I click on that. And there are a number of things we can do here, but what we're going to focus on right now is create and download backup files. If I click on that, I can do a couple of things. Number one, the system maintains up to 3 backups. And the way this works is every evening, I think it's like at 1 o'clock in the morning, it goes through and says, has anything changed on this site today? And if it has, it makes a backup of it. And then tomorrow it goes back in and says, has anything changed today? And if nothing has changed, it doesn't make a backup. So it keeps up to 3 backups. Now what happens is if I go in and I'm about ready to make a lot of changes right now, and so I want to create a backup right now. I can just click on Create Backup, and the system would go and create a backup file according to the way the system looks right now, and then you can go back in and do your major edits, and you can jump if you make a mistake. You can go and retrieve that backup. So what happened is I have a page, the board members page. I made a mistake on it. I want to go back to a prior backup. So I'm just going to look for my most recent backup. Never mind these dates, but here's 4/11/2009. I can click on that. And at this point, the systems say, what do you want to do? Do you want to save this file? Do you want to open it? Well, this is a zip file, so I can just save it. And I'll just save it on my desktop right now. And I'll just say go and save on my desktop. Okay. And I'm just going to go save my backup. I'll make it my backup. And I can put a date on there, whatever I'd like to do, or use the default date. And I'm just going to hit save. And so the system went out and it saved a zip file called my backup on my desktop. So I'm just going to go out here and I'm going to find my backup. Here it is. I'm going to click on that. And you're going to see what's in there are all of the pages. So I said before, the file, the page name was board member page. So what happens is whenever you create a page inside of Double Knot, it creates a .inc file that corresponds to that page. The name of that page is going to be as close as possible to the name that you give it inside of SiteBrander, the title of that page. So I can go down here. Now you're going to see that what this backs up every night are all of the include files, all of the JPEG or image files, your style sheets, and so forth. So all of the files in your site are really backed up. So what I want to do is I'm just going to double click on this board member page, and you're going to see what comes in is the HTML. For some of you that don't know HTML, don't worry about it. All you're going to do is I'm going to select this whole thing. I could use my mouse to select it, or I always like keyboard shortcuts, Control A. And then I'll copy it, do a Control C. And you always use the edit functions or the edit menus as well. And then what I'm going to do is go back down to my browser. I'm going to hit Done. And I'm going to go back to that page, Edit Navigation and Other Site Content. Here's my board member page. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to edit it. And we're all familiar with this view to it. Some of you may not be aware that I can come down to the bottom, rather click on Normal. I'm going to click on HTML, and now I see the HTML view of that page. Well, since I copied HTML before, I'm just going to go and select all this. I use my Control A. And now I'm going to paste it and use Control V. So I went to my backup file. I took the contents of that page in HTML format. Now I'm able to hit normal. I can see my entire pages back. I hit add update, and now I've actually brought my page back to what it looked like yesterday. So as you can see, it's a pretty easy process, and it's an easy way to go back and revert to a prior version of a page. So if you have any questions, you can always email us at doublenut@doublenut.com.